Random old pictures that you may or may not find in a bin, you know, from 100 years ago that also I would really like to be beautiful and compelling. It's, you know, it's hard to find a photo of two Zeppelins hovering over a beach at sunset. Go. Yeah.
So, did you doctor any of the photos?
There is a little bit of digital manipulation in like 4% of them. And some people think they're all doctored, and that's not at all. Like the weirdest ones are totally untouched.
Right. I remember when I was did a theater program when I was in college, and the playwriting teacher was terrific. She gave us an assignment. She said, you write 3 scenes, and an object, the same object, has to be dropped three times, once in each scene. And it was just like, okay. But I love this. I love the rule. Mine was a human head. But I love this idea, you know, like something really, you just can't deviate from this thing. Here's a question I have. This book is, it's definitely not, it flips the thing on its head, you know, then he woke up and it was all a dream. This is not, this is the reverse. It's like he thinks he's in a dream and then it turns out to be real, which I think is much more compelling than the, what a crazy dream.
I think everyone hates the It Was All a Dream story.
Yeah, but it's so, you know, I was telling you I did a rewrite for a script that actually kind of had that. And I said, I only want to do this if I can make it real. Like, it should be real. And they were on board, so that was great. But I'm curious, like, you kind of created your own world. I mean, you've given different names to these different kind of creatures, and you created your own time travel logic and all that stuff. I'm just curious, like, personally, and you can evade this question if you don't want to answer it, but like, how weird are you in terms of like your belief in all this like weirdo stuff? Like, is it kind of like it's just useful as a storyteller, or are you like, do you believe the world is kind of lit up by a kind of magic that we maybe can't perceive? Did you see Boyhood?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when the kid asks a question like, do elves exist or something, and I just love that conversation that they had. So I'm just curious, like, just tell me how weird you are.
I think I'm disappointingly normal to most people who meet me, and I'm like, well, the weird thing about me is that I collect pictures of children.
I mean, though, like,
but otherwise,
that is weird. We can all agree that's weird. But like, how weird are you in terms of like your belief system around like?
I find the possibility of all sorts of things we cannot see to be very compelling. And I really like to slip into what-if scenarios where I'm like, well, what if that was true? You know? So I can't prove that, you know, time travel is impossible, and I can't prove that reincarnation is impossible, but wouldn't it be interesting if it were? And let's go there. Let's see what that would be like.
Yeah.
Posit this. It's like, to get a really crazy story, all you have to do is tweak one rule of reality and go, okay, well, what if, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
or I've heard of
dogs see in color and black. I don't know, something, and then the result is insane.
Like literalizing the metaphor. Like, guy feels like a bug, and Kafka's like, let's make him a bug.
Right? Yeah.
You know, why not?
Yeah.
That's I read this thing of like features of highly